He's a star on Radio 1610 in St. Catharines. Please welcome Kevin Jack. Give him a nice hand. Huh? Howdy, folks.
Howdy.
Woo! Got a birthday, eh? 65. I gotta be honest, I'm pretty happy to be here. Club 54, you know, staple on the comedy scene. Ben Guyatt's awesome. Mark Matthews, he's your headliner. Make sure you stick around for that. Very funny guy. In fact, I'm so honored to be here tonight. I wrote you guys a joke. This is a new joke. Anybody want to hear a new joke, especially for Club 54? So you guys hear that there's a Hulk Hogan sex tape? Anyone hear that? Hulk Hogan sex tape making the rounds? What's the difference between watching a wrestling sex tape and the WWE? When you watch the wrestling sex tape, all the wrestlers have the same finishing move. Huh? Hopefully you laugh at the old stuff. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. You know, it's a little tough to get in a crowd. Saturday, Thanksgiving long weekend. I'm sure a lot of people have other things to do. I knew I would be coming here tonight, so I got my Thanksgiving out of the way yesterday. Went and saw my parents. They're far away. It's like an 8-hour drive. I don't know if any of you guys have been there. Buttfuck, Idaho. Anybody? You guys ever been to Buttfuck, Idaho? I don't know why it's always Buttfuck, Idaho. Nobody ever goes to Buttfuck, California. Nobody ever goes to Buttfuck, Florida, Buttfuck, New York. But sure as hell, everybody's been to Buttfuck, Idaho. If I was the governor of Idaho, I would make it my mandate to dispel the myth that Buttfuck was in Idaho. Now, I learned something from my mom this weekend, is that we have a lot of the same furniture, but it's not the same, it's similar. Like I went to sit down on the couch, or the sofa. My mom doesn't have a couch or a sofa. My mom has a Chesterfield. But to put my feet up on the footstool, my mom does not have a footstool. My mom has an ottoman. And my dad doesn't fall asleep in the lazy boy or the recliner because he has an armchair. It's fantastic. It's similar, but it's not the same. So I sit down on the Chesterfield and I start watching TV, and my mom's working in the kitchen, putting the bird together and all that. And watching TV, and all of a sudden it starts scrolling across the screen, the Amber Alert. You guys familiar with the Amber Alert? Yeah. Anybody right? Help you find missing kids or whatever. So I'm watching and it scrolls across the screen and trying to find a 16-year-old girl from the GTA. Her name is Mi Sun Kang. Mi Sun Kang. Then, of course, they proceed to describe Mi Sun Kang so that we can help find her. Well, much to my surprise, Mi Sun Kang had long, straight, dark hair. Short girl, about 5 foot tall, slender build, dark eyes, roundish face, and an olive complexion. Felt like calling up like, yeah, have you tried China? There's a fucking billion of them. Like, how do they find criminals in China? Like, has anybody ever thought of that? I seriously have no clue how they ever catch any criminals in China, which is why the punishment for any crime in China is death. And the theory is, we may not catch you, but if we do, you'll fucking pay. So I'm at my mom's, I get a little tired of watching the TV on the Chesterfield, so I ask her if she's got any movies, right? Mom, you got any movies or whatever? But my mom's a little old school, she was like, oh, we'll go out and rent one. That's still what she does, right? So we go out, go down to the movie store, we're gone maybe 10, 15 minutes. We come back, walk in the front door, my mom fucking loses it. Goes, oh my God! I'm like, Mom, what's the problem? We nearly burned down the house. What? I left the oven on. You guys have moms like this? You're so worried? I had to explain to her that the oven oven's primary function is to be left on. In fact, it's what the oven does quite well. You don't turn the oven on for 2 minutes. That, my friends, is a microwave. You turn the oven on for 2 hours. There's one thing the oven is really good at, it's being left on. We burn down the house. So I relax into the Chesterfield and throw my feet up on the ottoman. It's time to watch the movie. Mom stuffs the bird into the oven, then comes over, throws Wizard of Oz into the hi-fi, joins me on the Chesterfield. My dad sets up in the armchair. Wizard of Oz. I mean, I've seen the thing, what, 100 times, right? So I can't help but have my mind wander a little bit. And I got to thinking, what exactly is the organ donor situation in Oz? And I got a tin man walking around without a heart. I got the scarecrow with no brain. Yet as soon as the witch dies, do they run over there and harvest her for organs? Nope. Sure as hell grab those ruby red slippers though, eh? I'm sure we got those. So it was time for me to get out of buttfuck Idaho yesterday. And I realized that next time I go to visit my parents, I need to develop a bit of an exit strategy. Because it's not like a Band-Aid, you know, like, rip it right off. It's a process. It's 3 or 4 steps. I get to the front door, got my shoes on, got my jacket done up, hug my mom, give her a kiss, give a bro hug to my dad, and I figure I'm good to go, right? Open up the door, walk out. Well, they're trailing me. Well, where the hell are you going? We just said goodbye. Well, follow me all the way down to the car. Now, try to open the door. They're standing right there. Give your mother a hug. All right. Give my mom another hug. Pound my dad. All right, now I get into the car. I figure I'm good to go, right? Step 2. Start backing out of the driveway. Well, fuck, they're following me down the driveway. Where are you going? I already said goodbye twice. So I get onto the road. My mom runs over to the car. She's, you know, roll down the window, roll down the window. Roll down the window. I'm like, what, Mom? What's going on? She's like, just give your mother a kiss. So I give her a kiss. And then she whispers. She whispers into my ear. You know, can you do your mother a favor? I don't know why she sounds like a transvestite. She just does. Can you do your mother a favor? And give me a call when you get home. That way I know you made it home safely. I'm like, really, Mom? And I felt like turning around and going, you know what, Mom? At your age, do you mind calling me in the morning, let me know you've made it through the night? Many of you may have noticed I'm married. Married any married couples in the audience tonight? I know our birthday boy here is here. Round of applause. Anybody married? All right, yeah, let's hear it. Let's see the same person for the rest of your life. It's awesome. It's going to be great for the same person. Which really means now I'm left with 2 things. I've got porn and memories. That's what I've got. Porn and memories. And I'll begin with porn because I like porn, always have liked porn, even in my single days. Porn's good. You watch porn, sir? Absolutely. See, you just admitted that. Probably knows what he's doing in the bedroom. Porn's a form of escapism, you know, a little fantasy. As guys, we like to watch porn that, you know, gives us imagery of things that will likely never happen to us. Years ago, I used to watch porn with threesomes. Chicks with dildos and costumes. Now I'm married. My taste in porn has changed. Now I'm looking at a porn and I'm fantasizing. What is she doing? Is that man getting a blowjob? Oh my God. Are they having sex with the lights on? Ah! Oh, it's hot. It's so hot. I'm really getting into Asian porn too. Anybody watch Asian porn? Yeah, right. Some Asian lovers. I like Asian porn more than I like, well, what I call Caucasian porn, just like straight porn. I mean, because like, Caucasian porn, I find, it's not very relatable. Like, whenever I watch it, there's always some, like, chick with triple Z knockers, like little Barbie waist and beach blonde hair, right? And it's all right, but to be perfectly honest, I can't relate to that. I don't know anybody like that, right? I watch Asian porn, though, and like, I see the girl, I'm like, I fucking know that chick. She was in my computer class. I want to sleep with an Asian, though. Really want a fucking Asian broad. Really, because they're so small, eh? Like they're, you know, all their features are really tiny and everything. And next to them, I'd be huge, right? I call it the Godzilla syndrome. I'd walk into the room, she'd be lying, and I figured with her tiny little hands, right? It'd probably take her 2 hands to wrap around my cock like a baseball bat. Be having sex with her like, oh, I'm gonna split you like North and South Korea. Oh. Love Asian porn. Asian porn's where it's at. Tried Asian porn there, single man? Yeah, tried it, eh? Not much success, you gotta sign up for a computer class. Porn and memories, boys. Porn and memories. That's what it's come to in my life. I've got a pretty good memory. Anybody in the room ever heard of anybody with a photographic memory? Have you ever heard of something like that? No, nobody's ever heard of anybody with a photographic memory. Come on. Well, I don't have a photographic memory. I have what I like to call a pornographic memory. Because I can remember every pair of titties I have ever seen. I love titties. I can remember the big ones, the small ones, the oblong ones, the uneven ones. I consider myself, gentlemen, to be a connoisseur of titties. Love titties. Love titties, love titties, love titties. But to be honest, like, nowadays, with all the engineering that goes on into the bras and everything, you don't really know what you're getting. You got padded bras, and gel bras, and Reebok pump bras. And forget the push-up, man. You got pulleys, and freaking cables, and cantilevers up here. Like, I've seen less apparatus trying to hoist a piano in a second-story window than in some of these push-up bras. A few years back, I brought this broad home from the bar. Sorry, again, didn't want to offend anybody with broad. So me and this bird go back, and I think I'm bringing back like a full set of C cups. Know what I mean? Well, by the time I get her home, take off the broad, lay her down on the bed, fucking kid brother time, man. Where'd the titties go? Looking under the bed, in the back closet, like, here, titty, 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 here, titty, 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 titty. Where'd the titties go, man? Where did the titties go? Connoisseur of tit. Connoisseur of tit, ladies and gentlemen. You guys having fun so far? Yeah! All right. Could use a little more of that. Maybe some people from Hamilton, right? We'll be making fun of you later on. Oh man, love my titties, love my titties. Hold on, I'm going to see where we're going next. My apologies for cheating. Talk amongst yourselves. Anybody know what my next joke is? And was it funnier than my last? That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, did that.
Pick on Ben.
All right. Oh, that's good. Pick on Ben? Yeah, all right. Oh, okay. I got you now. So imagine you're still laughing from the last one with the titty, 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 right? Remember that? Remember 60 seconds ago how funny that was? So anyway, just getting to that point as a guy is, it's a little tricky. I remember a few years ago, I figured like it would be a pretty good idea for me if I wanted to pick up more chicks to kind of like work on my physique a little bit, right? Maybe hit the weight room. So I decided it'd probably be much easier if I just built a weight room in my house. So I went down to the basement, put the rubber mats all over the floor, put the mirrors on the wall, and I waited. About an hour later, toweled off, called it a day. That was good. Well, after about 3 or 4 days of hitting the weight room, I was getting a little bored. So I figured I could use a TV down there, so, well, I needed something to put the TV on too, so I grabbed the beer fridge. Well, now, I was good to go like 3-4 hours a day. I was spending 3-4 hours a day in the weight room, and you know what? After about a month or two, my physique did change. But then I came up with a different plan, right? I'm like, why bother hitting the gym and doing all that work? My new plan is, instead of working out and doing sit-ups and all that, I'm actually just going to go to a tattoo parlor and get them to tattoo a six-pack on my gut. Way easier. While they're at it, too, I'm going to ask them if they can just tattoo a better-looking guy on my face. Give me the Clooney. Oh, man. You got a piercing there, eh, up in the brow? Anybody got tattoos here?
Yeah.
Any tattoos? Yeah. Woo! You guys got a tattoo? Awesome. So who has Mickey Mouse and who has Minnie Mouse? Neither? I don't have any tattoos, but I think tattoos and piercings and like body modifications, they're getting a little out of control. I was walking through Walmart the other day and I saw this couple, a nice young couple coming along, and he had tattoos up and down his entire body. Now she had one of these piercings, right, like a bull ring right in her nose, and she also had 2 of those, you call them spacers, or the gauges, you know what I mean, the big holes in your ears. Oh, it's messed up, right? And right away I looked at the guy, and I came to this conclusion. There's a man who just came up with 2 new holes to have sex with. Oh yeah, that's right, we're talking earlobe sex. Now you can try and tell yourself that nobody's doing it, but right now, somewhere in the world, there's a dude having sex with an earlobe. Try not to think about that next time you see somebody. Now, I was in Walmart to get toilet paper, which is really embarrassing for a guy. And is it just me, or have they gotten this bulk purchase thing? Have they taken it a little too far? Like, I go in to buy my toilet paper, and I kid you not, the thing stood this high. It was 144 rolls of toilet, no, 144 double rolls of toilet paper, which means, in actuality, I had 288 rolls of toilet paper. Oh, the thing was a frickin' piece of luggage. It actually had an extending handle and wheels just so I could get this thing up to the cash. Frickin' huge, you kidding me? 288 rolls of toilet paper? And it's embarrassing, too. Yeah, you're right. My parents do, I don't. I moved out. It's embarrassing buying toilet paper as a guy. Like, girls, you don't experience this, but when you're standing at the cash in line at Walmart with 288 rolls of toilet paper, you are announcing to the rest of the world that I plan on shitting a lot. I'm going to do a lot of shitting. And why is it embarrassing for guys? Because women, every time you go to the bathroom, that's a toilet paper experience. Every time. But for guys, 1 out of every maybe 4, 5 trips, that's a toilet paper experience, depending on your own personal piss to shit ratio, right? I use some toilet paper all the time. So when you're standing there with 288 rolls, you're letting everybody know that I am going to shit a lot. This much. When I'm done shitting this much, I'm going to come back here and buy more shit tickets. Because I plan on shitting a lot. So I grabbed my 288 rolls, and I don't even have time to get it up on the conveyor belt, but the Asian cashier looks to me, she's like, "Did you find everything you were looking for today?" And they always say this at Walmart. I was going to have like a witty retort, right? But I looked up and I read her name tag. Fucking Me Sun Kang. I'm like, isn't somebody looking for you? No, scratch that. You were in my computer class. You guys ever get this? Because I get this. You ever walk by somebody in a wheelchair, feel guilty like you're showing off?
So bad.
So it'll get worse. Hey, speaking of wheelchairs, anybody watch the Paralympics? That's a great segue. Speaking of wheelchairs, anybody watch the Paralympics? Show of applause, everybody. Wow, more than I thought. I didn't watch the Paralympics that much, and to be perfectly honest, it's their own fault. I mean, they got boring bullshit events. Every time I tune in the Paralympics, it's archery and bocce ball and ping pong. Like, as far as I'm concerned, there's no reason why the Paralympics should not have wheelchair half pipe. You know, it's perfect.
Yeah.
I remember I told that to my friend once, and he's like, "Yeah, but Kevin, isn't it too dangerous?" Like, really, what's the worst that could happen? Oh, what's that? You can't feel your legs. Could you feel them before the crash? As far as I'm concerned, Stephen Hawking should be a 6-time gold medalist at the X Games. Like, come on, let's get going for our entertainment people. Stephen Hawking. I always wonder, Stephen Hawking, like, well, is he dead, Stephen Hawking?
No.
Oh, dude's alive? Stephen Hawking's still around. Who knew? Well, I always wonder, like, when Stephen Hawking dies and he goes to heaven, is he still going to be confined to the wheelchair? Or, like, is God going to let him walk around? You know, it's like it's heaven, right? And then, what about his crazy computer voice, right? Are they going to leave him with that? Or are they give him, like, James Earl Jones' voice because he's in heaven now? You know what, I gotta be honest, it's kind of a moot point. Stephen Hawking isn't going to heaven. Well, Led Zeppelin told us, right? It's a stairway to heaven. Little help? Little help? Sorry, Stephen, not going to heaven. I don't believe in ghosts. Anybody here believe in ghosts and the paranormal? Anyone believe in ghosts, man? Not a believer. Not saying I can't be convinced, but to be perfectly honest, the reason I don't believe in ghosts is the evidence that the believers provided, right? You've all had somebody try and convince you that they see a ghost in a picture, something like that, right? And it's always like a little fleck of dust up in the corner. Like, see that there? That's a ghost. A fucking ghost? They got a little shadow over here, kind of, you know, the image of a human body. That's a ghost. Or a little starburst up in the top corner. I need some better evidence than that. And you mean to tell me, in the history of man, in all of our time, and all the ghosts that have walked this earth, allegedly, not one single ghost has ever photobombed somebody? The first time I see a ghost in the back of the picture doing this, or this, is the first time I will believe that ghosts are on this earth, and ghosts are amongst us. Till then, sorry about your life. I am really happy to be here at Club 54. And stick around, Mark Matthews is going to come up here in just a couple of minutes. Before I get going, I want to thank everybody for having me to Burlington. I would ask, I already know, though, there are some people here from Hamilton, right? There's some Hamilton? Sorry about your luck, man. Like, is everybody dumb on Hamilton or what? It's like the armpit of the golden horseshoe, right? Now, Hamilton, who do you make fun of? Like, if you're from Hamilton, who do you make fun of? Is it Harris? Dunville? Delhi? Yeah. Is that like, I figure there's like some sort of totem pole, right? Like you go from Hamilton, and Hamilton makes fun of Brantford, and Brantford makes fun of Paris. And eventually, you get right down to the bottom, and they got nobody left to make fun of. And where is this shit town? Buttfuck, Idaho. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Bring back Ben Guyatt.
Are you having any fun at all, anybody? I think you left your notes here. That's cool. We'll see. Are you having any fun at all? Frank, everything okay with the party? Yep. Okay. Had any more drinks since I've been away?